I'm sharing my secrets to using clear ornaments for the holidays in today's brand new episode. From unconventional uses to some quick and easy DIY ornament ideas, there's something for everyone. And luckily, you can find most of the products that I'm sharing today at Dollar Tree to keep things budget friendly. Hi everyone, my name is Shannon from TheDailyDIYer.com, and please subscribe if you enjoy crafting, and we are going to get rolling right into it. Go ahead, grab one of the big ornaments from Dollar Tree along with the smaller ones. Those come as a set of 2. We're only going to need one of those smaller ones, and we're going to take the tops of these ornaments right off. Then grab out your hot glue, and we're going to glue these 2 right together. The smaller one actually fits right into the larger sized opening, and we are going to make ourselves the cutest little light up snowman. But to get that snowy effect, we're going to use this really cool stuff. It is called Snow Tex. I found this at Michael's. I'll see if I can find it on a website for you though, and if I can, I will link it down below along with all of the other supplies you'll see in today's video. This stuff is super fun to work with. You just take a foam paintbrush and kind of dab it on so you get that snowy texture. So the great thing about Snow Tex is it does dry pretty quickly, so you can get moving on with your project in no time. And now we're going to grab out a ring from a mason jar. I needed a stand so our snowman will stand up on its own, and a ring from a mason jar is the perfect fit here. Use a little bit of hot glue, glue the snowman onto it, and then come in with some more of that Snow Tex, and that's going to help hide the base. So now we finally have what looks like the outline of a nice snowman for us, and now we can start adding all the special details to it to really make it come to life. We're going to do that with some paint pens here, just using an orange one to make a carrot nose and a black paint pen to add eyes and a little smile. Grab out some extra fabric you might have or some ribbon, give them a little scarf around the neck there that also is going to cover up the openings to our ornaments and make it all blend together. We're not going to stop there. We're going to take a heat pen here and just poke some holes into the sides where we're going to add some arms. And we're also going to make a hole right in the bottom as well, and you'll see why here in just a bit. For the arms, I took some berry branches, popped the berries off, and then kept the little stems on the sides so we have what looks like arms for our snowman. Just glue those into place. So cute, right? Now that hole in the bottom, we're going to add some fairy lights to really give this guy some character. You can find fairy lights at Dollar Tree, but I prefer these that you can get on Amazon. I'll link them down below for you. They come in different sizes, different colors if you want, and they also have a much smaller battery pack. They use some watch batteries versus the big AA batteries that the Dollar Tree ones use. So these actually fit discreetly right underneath your snowman, so you can easily lift it up to turn him off and on. So here's what he looks like during the day, and of course at nighttime he really glows. So cute. It would be the perfect little nightlight for wintertime and Christmas time in a little one's room, or for somebody that is a snowman fanatic. This next idea is so great for holiday entertaining, and I would suggest maybe using some glass ornaments for this versus the Dollar Tree plastic ones, but it's totally up to you. Both work. It just depends on how you feel about it. I misplaced my glass ones, so I'm going to use the plastic ones today. I also have some really affordable wine glasses that I got from Walmart, and I will link them down below for you. They work perfect for this little entertaining hack we're going to do. I just filled each glass with some ice. We're also going to add some fresh cranberries into each glass, and also a little sprig of some rosemary. It's going to give us that little pop of green. It's going to look like a little bit of a Christmas tree in there. Very, very festive. So add that, and then we're going to set our ornaments right on top of these glasses. Looking cute already, but we're going to put our special drinks inside of these ornaments with the help of a funnel. Now, I'm just going to be using some red cranberry juice so we get that festive look, but you can fill these with whatever kind of cocktail you want, wine that you want, whatever matches and fits in with your holiday party and theme or dinner party get together, and you just fill it up maybe halfway, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending on the size of your wine glasses. And once you have them filled up with your liquid, you can just kind of tilt them off the side. It gives them a really pretty look. And then once you're ready to serve them, you just have your guests pour the liquid right into their glass. Kind of fun to watch. And it is also kind of a fun party trick, I guess, whenever it comes time to enjoy their drinks. And aren't these drinks just so pretty? The great thing is too, you can reuse these ornaments over and over again. And I love that. Just rinse them out, wash them out, let them dry, and they're good to go for your next event. Now, how in the world are we going to use a glass mug from Dollar Tree and pair it with a clear ornament? I'm going to show you. We're going to make the cutest cup of hot cocoa. I'm using some chalk paint here to paint the inside of this mug. And I did do 2 coats. It doesn't necessarily matter what the inside looks like. It matters once it dries what the outside looks like. And it's kind of nice to have a little variation in the color as well, so it looks a little bit more realistic. Now we're going to take one of those large clear ornaments from Dollar Tree, add some hot glue onto there, turn it upside down, and we're going to place that right inside our mug. So that ornament in there is going to give us some structure, so we can now add a whipped cream topping to our hot cocoa. We're going to do that with some lightweight spackling, which I'll link down below for you, along with a piping bag and some nozzles that you can get from Dollar Tree. We're going to snip the end of the piping bag off and insert the nozzle tip into the bag, and then start filling the bag with some of that lightweight spackling. Dollar Tree does carry spackling, so you can use that as well, but it's a little bit thicker and a little bit harder to pipe, so I have just found that this spackling works a little bit better for this process. Once we get everything in the bag, we're just going to start using some easy strokes with our icing all the way around to cover up that clear ornament. I am obviously not a professional. This is definitely one that anybody can do. You do not have to be a perfectionist at it. You do not have to be a cookie decorator, a cake decorator. It is just super fun. Make it fluffy and go all the way around until you have that ornament covered up. I didn't get the best angle for this, but I am using some puffy paint to give this some drizzle on top of the hot cocoa. This is still while that spackling is wet. It'll all dry together. So I'm using a combination of red puffy paint and also green to add some color. Then we can start adding some embellishments like a cut down paper straw. This is a little gingerbread man from Hobby Lobby in their crafting section. And then I found these adorable faux sprinkles on Amazon that I'll link down below for you. And you'll just want to randomly place those sprinkles around into the frosting. You can also embellish your mug if you want. I had the cutest little cocoa mug stickers from Hobby Lobby as well. So I picked one of those and put it right onto the front. Faux Christmas goodies is one of my favorite things to create for the holiday season. You can see my little scoop that I created earlier in the season off to the side there as well. And maybe I'll do a video just doing some items just like this. Give me a thumbs up if you'd like to see a video like that. So cute for a Christmas kitchen or a hutch or a hot cocoa bar. Last week I posted a video hacking these 4-foot candy canes from Dollar Tree, and I had so many awesome DIYs in that video. If you haven't seen that yet, definitely go check that out next. I used one of these giant clear ornaments for this project that I featured in that video, and I wanted to bring it back for this one to show you in case you missed it. We're going to be working on creating our own North Pole, and the top of this North Pole is going to be one of these giant clear ornaments. So I grabbed out my stained glass red spray paint. I'll link it down below for you. Give your ornament a couple coats of that. It's really awesome because it's still see-through, and there's a reason we want it to be a little see-through, so stay tuned for that. Do a couple coats, bring it inside, let it dry, and while that is drying, we're going to work on the base of our North Pole. So I just grabbed out a piece of scrap wood. You could also put a few planks of wood that you can get from Dollar Tree together. You just want something kind of heavy and large enough that it's not going to tip over, because this is going to be a 4-foot North Pole. Pretty good size. So I painted it white. Now it's time to work on our 4-foot candy cane from Dollar Tree. So I'm using a handsaw and a really handy dandy miter box. You can get these for like $10 at Walmart. I'll link that down below for you too. A great item to have in your craft stash. These are made out of PVC pipe, so it saws through them like butter. Now we're also going to add some of these L brackets, and we're going to screw those onto the base of our candy cane, and that is going to help our candy cane stand up Well, actually, it's going to be our North Pole. It's not so much a candy cane anymore, but definitely still has the candy cane stripes. We're just using some screws to put those L brackets on. I used 2. I definitely wish I would have used 3 here. That's going to give it even more stability. This is what it's going to look like once you get those L brackets onto the bottom of this candy cane. And then we are going to attach this onto our base piece once that's dry. So you just want to find the center and then use some screws, screw those L brackets right down into the wood. So it's looking pretty good so far. We have a nice North Pole in the works, but we also have to add that ornament onto the top. That is going to be the top of our North Pole. So what we're going to do here is, now that it's dry, we are actually going to add some fairy lights to the inside of this so our North Pole glows. So again, I'm using the ones that are from Amazon, and I'll link those down below for you. But you can also, like I said, grab some fairy lights from Dollar Tree as well. We're going to just put all of those lights into the ornament and leave the battery pack hanging out the side. Now we can take this over to our North Pole and tape it on. We're going to attach the ornament on with some of this red duct tape from Dollar Tree. Also smush down all the fluff from the top of your post and meet the center openings up together at the top. So you want your battery pack hanging off the back, and then take your tape and just make it go all the way around where those two meet in the middle. Once you get that all the way around, kind of squeeze the tape to make sure it is good and stuck on there. We're going to take this one step farther and add a cup hook on here. We're just going to screw that right onto the front of this post. And now we have a nice little place to hang a North Pole sign. I found this at Walmart one year, and I don't think they have them this year, but you can always make your own North Pole. You can hang it from the hook if you want, or you can also hot glue a sign onto the front, or go without a sign completely. Totally up to you, but I love this. I love that the North Pole glows, and it's just a fun and easy and inexpensive giant decor piece that anyone could do. After making the North Pole, it gave me the idea to use the same idea, but for Rudolph's nose. So I have this plank of wood that's from Dollar Tree. It's one of their hanging shelves. I just filled in the holes, painted it brown, and now we're going to turn this into Rudolph. So I've done something similar to this before, but we didn't have a glowing nose. This time we are. So I marked the center of the nose. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that here in a second. And also just freehanded some ovals for the eyes. I was going to use my chalk marker for this. And my chalk markers, I need to get new ones. I use these so much, they're just kind of spent. So I used some chalk paint for the eyes, and then came in with a paint pen to color in the eyeballs, give them some eyelashes and some eyebrows. And then once that dries, we're going to come in with a little bit more white from the paint pen to give it some detail. And now we're going to take a drill and drill out that hole that we marked earlier, because we are going to make this nose glow. So we're going to use some hot glue and some super glue to attach our ornament, center it right over that hole, and hold it down until the glue is set. And then while that is drying, we're going to dress this guy up with some antlers and some ears. I had some of these candy canes left over from my Christmas tree that I didn't use, so they made the perfect little ears for him. And then we're going to take some Dollar Tree burlap. This is the kind without the wire in it. We're going to take a section and just tie a knot in the middle, and then fold it in half so we have equal sizes of tails on both sides, and cut it down to size. You're going to take one of those sides, fold it in half, and then cut up the open end and come to a point at the other end to create the ear. My first attempt was a little bit too big, so I just refolded it and cut it a little bit smaller to make a smaller sized ear, and repeated the process on the other side. Next, add some hot glue up there and attach the center of the knot to the center of the top of the board. Embellish it more if you want. I added some greenery and also some red berries to really give him a Christmassy look. Once that is finished, then you're going to come back in with your fairy lights again, flip them over to the back side, and then just insert your fairy lights through that tiny hole that we drilled earlier until you get to the battery pack, and we are just going to hot glue the battery pack onto the back. Now when you go to glue this, you want to make sure you glue the side that does not have the screws on it. That way you can access the batteries if they ever go out. This is an easy way to be able to still turn these lights off and on. And look how cute he is. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad I attempted this project. I had this vision in my head and it all really came to life. I love this. I think it'd be paired, if you paired it with several of them and gave them all different personalities, it'd be cute too. So just a fun crafting idea that I hope some of you will give a try. And if you do, tag me, send me pictures. I'd love to see. This is another clear ornament project I shared earlier in the year, but it is using a clear ornament, so I'm going to bring it back in case you missed it. I wanted to make this clear ornament frosty looking, and so I was able to achieve that by adding some matte clear spray paint to the outside of the ornament, and did that for 2 coats, let it dry, and look, it worked perfectly. So happy with the result here. We're going to take a bucket, a metal bucket from Dollar Tree, and we are going to add some greenery around the edges, basically kind of creating a wreath around the top edge. So this is looking pretty cute already, but we're gonna add another little bit of detail here. You can get these teeny tiny, adorable little miniature pine cones from the floral section at Dollar Tree. We're just going to hot glue a few of those here and there around the wreath. And here is where our frosty ornament comes into play. Now this is one of the Dollar Tree fairy light battery packs. You can see the difference in size here that takes 2 AA batteries. This works perfectly actually for this project. You don't necessarily need the ones with the watch batteries. Totally up to you what you want to do here though. Just feed your fairy lights into the ornament, and then we are going to bring our bucket over, put the battery pack in the bottom, and just rest the ornament on top. That way we are easily able to get back into the inside of the bucket for that battery pack, which also has the on and off switch on it, so we can turn this off and on. But how pretty is this? I see this also would be so cute if you bundled up a bunch of these ornaments together and added even more greenery and some branches and some fir needles to it and really added this in a bigger, grander scale. For this next idea, I have a free printable for you, which I will have linked down in the description box below. There will be a few lines of text and a more link. You'll just click that more button. It'll expand the description box, and the link for this download will be there for you. We're going to use the smaller clear ornament for this project. It's basically a height keepsake ornament for little ones. So what you'll do is you'll take some ribbon or some string and you'll measure it out to the height of your little one. I can't believe it. My son is 10 and just measured in at 5 feet tall. Yes, he's pretty tall for his age. So I cut my ribbon down to 5 feet and then inserted that all into the ribbon, put the top of the ribbon back on there, and then went ahead and cut out the little tag that we're going to attach to the ornament. So what you'll find on this free printable is that I have added years on here, so you have that as the keepsake and a reminder of the year that the ribbon was sized to. And I also made sure that there was enough tags that they would be up into the year 2031. So you have a bunch you can make all at once, so you have keepsakes for years to come. Or if this is 2031 and you're watching this video, you'll have that year to create your own keepsake ornament. So cute on the tree, a really great keepsake, a fun DIY to make with your kiddos, and looks cute too. You can also make some really great ornaments for your Christmas tree that are easy and quick and also affordable. And I wanted to share with you some of those that I've made in the past, including this really cute Santa Claus one. We're using some tissue paper. You can find this at Dollar Tree. Just stuff it into your clear ornament and then take some black ribbon. If it's too thick, all you have to do is cut it down, and then a little trick is to take a lighter and very carefully burn and singe the edges so it doesn't come unraveled. And then we're taking some gold felt to make the buckle of our Santa belt. So we're going to add our black ribbon onto the center of our ornament first. Just make sure to add some hot glue all the way around the edges and then overlap the back and add enough glue to where it stays on there for you, and then go ahead and use some hot glue as well to attach the buckle of your Santa belt. Another great way to personalize your ornaments is to add whatever kind of ribbon or string to the tops of your ornaments so that it really makes it more personalized. I added some simple black shiny satin ribbon onto this one to keep it simple, but if you wanted more of a print, that's a great way to get the look that you're going for in an easy way. Now, if you are a Grinch lover, leave me a green heart emoji down in the comments below. I am through and through. I absolutely love the Grinch movie. It's my favorite Christmas movie, so we're making a Grinch ornament here. We're using some green pom-pom balls in different sizes and different shades of green to really get us that Grinchy fur texture. And this ornament is just as simple as using a little bit of red paint and painting a heart on the front. If you wanted to, you could even use your vinyl machine and cut out a red heart decal sticker and stick that on there too. But how simple and cute is this? Another one that you can make tons of in a short amount of time if you want that Grinchy theme for your Christmas tree. I saw a similar melted snowman ornament and thought we can do this Dollar Tree style. So we're going to use some white seed beads in the bottom for the snow, add some pom-poms for his eyes and buttons, and then I just cut a carrot nose with some orange felt. We're going to use some red ribbon and create a little loop and a scarf. It actually helps to use some tweezers to help get some of those pieces down in there and placed where you want them to. And then grab out some brown pipe cleaners to twist up some snowman hands. And there you have it. You have what looks like a melted snowman. I thought this looked so cute on Pinterest. And then when I made it, I was like, oh, this is kind of sad. So you guys let me know. Is it cute or is it kind of sad? Let me know down in the comments below. Now we're going to make a more fancy, sort of elegant ornament. We have our handsaw and miter box out again that I have linked down below for you. Grab it, $10 at Walmart. The cheapest and most useful item that I use all the time for my craft stash. We have a dowel rod here that we are just cutting down to little bitty different sizes. And we're going to take some of these mini bottle brush Christmas trees from Dollar Tree and hot glue those dowel rods onto those. That is basically going to make an extension of our tree trunks, and we're going to use some tweezers to then put our Christmas trees in the bottom of our clear ornament, and that's going to raise it up because we're also going to use some Epsom salt, which you see set off to the side there as snow for this ornament, and we want to be able to see our snowy Christmas trees. We don't want them buried in the snow. So again, using a paper cone or a paper funnel just set in the top there, and then use that to insert the Epsom salt up until the base of the trees so you can still see them. They look like they are just kind of sitting nicely in the snow. Then put the topper back onto your ornament, add some ribbon or string. I still really love the black and white buffalo check, especially during winter and Christmas time. And then isn't this just so pretty and elegant? It is just sort of a snowy scene, really, really pretty. You can make a ton of these really easily and affordably. Next is a really great keepsake ornament. So this is actually sand from our honeymoon when we went down to Honeymoon Beach down in Tampa, Florida. So we saved some of that, brought it back with us, and added that to an ornament, and then added some of the seashells we found on the beach to the inside of the ornament and just sat those on top of the sand. And then, of course, added some jute, give it that nautical look. But this is a great way to have a keepsake from the different beaches that you visit, vacations that you have, or like us, a great keepsake from our honeymoon. This is an oldie but a goodie and still a great way to add glitter to your ornaments without a big mess. So we are using a paper funnel here again and adding some polyacrylic to the inside of the ornament. We're just going to twist the ornament around until the entire surface of the inside is covered up, and then drain off any of the excess back into the container so we can save that. And then we are going to take a plastic cup and just tilt this upside down, let it sit for about 15-20 minutes so it starts to kind of dry, but it's not completely dried. It just kind of has more of a translucent look. Again, coming in with a new paper funnel here and our glitter, and we're just going to tap our glitter to the inside of the ornament and remove the funnel, add something over to the opening of the ornament, and then shake, shake, shake. Shake it all up. You just want to make sure you get the glitter covering all of the surfaces so you have no holes, and then try to get any of the excess ornament out of the ornament back into the glitter tube so we can save some of that too. A great way to make glitter ornaments without a big mess, and it also is a contained mess so it doesn't get all over the place throughout the holiday season or during storage. You can leave these ornaments plain or add a design onto the front of these. This is a cute one, Santa Cam. I'm using a vinyl decal here, and if you're going to be adding decals onto the front of your ornaments, definitely apply it by starting in the middle and then working your way up from the center out. Since there is such a curve on these ornaments, it does take some patience and some time, but you can get these on there very cleanly without any wrinkles or bubbles if you take your time, start in the middle and work your way out, and you get a nice clean transfer. You can also use paint pens, and create your own designs that way too. Now I have a question for you. When do you start listening to Christmas music? Let me know down in the comments below. I love Christmas music. I could listen to it all year long, but it is so exciting when they start playing it on the radio. That tells me it is definitely Christmas time. I found this kind of antique-y sheet music on Etsy and ordered it and started chopping it up into little strips because we're going to use this to cover a clear ornament. Now, you can also just Google search Christmas carols and print them off and then maybe tea stain the paper to make it look antique-y. And then just go ahead and cut it into strips like I did, and then use some Mod Podge to apply it onto your ornament. So you start at the top, push it down to the bottom in the center where they meet, and then cut off any excess. Work your way all the way around the ornament until you have it totally covered. And with Mod Podge, you want to put the glue down first, lay your paper on top, add more glue on top of that. That is going to seal it in and make it sort of create the look of the roundness of the ornament, take the shape of the ornament. Let it dry. It does take a good, 12 hours. It takes quite a long time for Mod Podge to dry, especially if you're using a lot of it. Let it sit overnight, add your string, and now you have cute sheet music Christmas carols for your Christmas tree. If I can do a project for the first time, show it on video, and share it with you as a tutorial, you can do it the first time you try this project too. It is so fun. This is alcohol ink. I'll link it down in the description box below for you. They come in so many different colors and there's so many fun ways to use this. But the inside of these clear ornaments really gives it a stained glass look. You can get canned air at Dollar Tree, so keep an eye out for that, or at Walmart or Amazon. I'll link some down below for you. Or if you don't want to spend money on canned air, grab a straw and you can just blow this ink around on the inside of your ornament to get a stained glass look. It also helps kind of dry it too. And you can do this in several different ways. You can put all the colors in at the same time and kind of move it around together, or you can do one color at a time. You're going to get a totally different look. So that's why this is fun to do, fun to try. If you've never tried alcohol ink before, I definitely would give it a try. It is just really fun to play with. And look at this finished look. You can see all the fun colors in there, and of course adding several of these to your tree would be pretty, or hang them in a window to really get the light to capture that translucent color. I got so brave with this snowman ornament. I said I would never buy this faux snow. It's like the inside of a beanbag chair, which is like basically a nightmare contained in a bag. And if it gets out of that bag, you know what happens. It goes everywhere. But that's what I did here. I made a paper funnel, did my best to get the styrofoam little balls into this ornament until it was totally full. And we got there. It was a good mess, but it was kind of fun to do, I would say. Hurry up, put that top on your ornament so that nothing goes anywhere, and then grab out a vacuum cleaner. That was the best way I found to clean up all of these balls so they didn't live in my craft room for life. But it does look cute once you get it all in there. And then we're gonna make a simple snowman face using a paint pen and some orange chalk paint to make his eyes and nose and mouth. And I would love to know, would you be brave enough to try this craft? Let me know down in the comments below. Are you brave enough to try the beanbag styrofoam snowman? He does turn out very, very cute in the end if you don't mind a little bit of mess along the way. So we've done all the round clear ornaments up until this point, but Dollar Tree also carries some really cute shapes in clear ornaments as well, which I love because it gives you the option to create your own look with them. We are going to grab the gingerbread men this time, and this is my absolute favorite gingerbread colored paint. It is metallic sparkling canyon, and it's the perfect gingerbread tannish brown with a little bit of sparkle in it, so it's not like a flat brown. And once you give these guys a couple coats, you're going to get that gingerbread look and effect. Now to decorate our little gingerbread men, we are going to use some white puffy paint to sort of accent the raised areas that are already on these ornaments. I wasn't loving how his bow tie was looking, so I grabbed out some thin ribbon that's also from Dollar Tree. I made a little bitty bow tie bow to give it sort of a raised accent and embellishment. One other thing I did was grab these 3D dot stickers from Dollar Tree and add one to the center of the bow tie and to his buttons on the front. It just really gave it some extra accent. Add your ribbon and hang him on your tree. So you could do this with clear ornaments, or I love the Dollar Tree also carries these white plain crafting ornaments, and we're gonna make some cupcakes with the help of some colored hot glue. Did you know that that existed? If you're a crafter, you need this hot glue. It is so fun to work with to make your own decor, especially the frosting for these little cupcakes. So I used some pink hot glue for this one, just went around the edges and made it look drippy from the top. And this next one, I'm using some teal hot glue sticks to make some teal frosting. Dollar Tree does carry some cupcake liners, so if you want to use those, you absolutely can. But I found these at Hobby Lobby. They are gold glitter cupcake liners, and I was like, oh yes, I'm all about the glitter. So we're just going to hot glue the tops of these ornaments onto those cupcake liners, and we have what's starting to look like a cupcake. And then why not? Let's add a little ball onto the top there. It's kind of going to look like the cherry on top, even though it's blue. You can find these balls at Dollar Tree. Usually they are like red, white, and green. I found these colorful ones at Hobby Lobby, but you guys get creative with the colors that you want to use. And you can even add sprinkles to the top of these. Sky's the limit. The one other thing I would suggest doing is also taking the same color of your hot glue sticks and going over the silver topper on your ornaments, and it just kind of helps it all blend together. I've seen these light bulb ornaments used in so many different ways. We're going to make ours sprinklified. And I don't know if that's a word, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this light bulb and paint it white with some white chalk paint first. The barbecue skewers and the styrofoam is a great way for these to dry without falling over and getting mushed and the paint getting messed up. Once they're dry, grab out your Mod Podge. We're going to add a very generous layer onto about half of the ornament first, and then we're going to use some different faux fun sprinkles and just sprinkle that right into the Mod Podge. Once we get this covered with our sprinkles, we're going to come over with some more Mod Podge, dab it on so it seals it all in. Now this is optional. I was a little bit worried about my sprinkles sprinkling everything in my storage once I took it off the tree. So I went a step further. We are taping off the top of the ornament where it twists together. And we are going to use some epoxy to really seal these sprinkles in there. This is super easy. If you've never tried it before, give it a try. It's a 2-part adhesive basically. You do 1-to-1 ratio of the resin and the hardener, mix it together slowly so you don't incorporate any air bubbles in there, and then drizzle it, or you could paint it onto the ornaments, and it is really going to seal those sprinkles into the ornament. Once you get the epoxy on there, it does need to sit for a good 24 hours before it's hardened and ready to go. I bet if you wanted to as well, you could probably take some clear spray and really seal it in that way. That might help as well if you're a little bit afraid of the resin, but don't be afraid of the resin. It is awesome. Highly recommend it. Once it was dried, I took the painter's tape off and reattached the topper, added a little bit of glitter ribbon to the top of that. That was also from Dollar Tree. And here we have the cutest sprinklified light bulb ornament, perfect for a candy or sweets themed Christmas tree. I sent all of these ornaments to a Ronald McDonald house last Christmas for trees they set up in a Ronald McDonald house in Florida. It was a great way to give back, and I encourage all of you to spread some Christmas cheer this year too, if you are able. I have 2 thumbnails showing up on your screen. Click on one of those for more budget-friendly holiday ideas, and I'll see you over there.